Back to our top story this morning. Strong wind and rain helping knock off a roof at a shopping center in West Fort Worth overnight. You can see the damage there as the rain was falling.
Well, our Natalie Haddad joins us live from there this morning. Natalie, this is going to be a long cleanup process looking at the damage behind you.
Yeah, that's right, Cleo. It's going to be a long process for several stores in this small strip mall. There aren't many stores, but the damage is still big. I'm going to go ahead and turn your attention to the roof. You see that what's hanging down, those aren't tarps, those aren't banners, that is the roof, and it is hanging over at least 3 storefronts. One of them, the tattoo studio, who we heard from 30 minutes ago and we'll hear from later, and the other 2 we aren't so sure of, but what we do know is that the high winds ripped that roof apart and the heavy rain soaked these stores on the inside. Now, taking another look at some of the damage here, the parking lot is still very wet, very moist, and there's puddles, deep puddles everywhere, obviously indicative of heavy rainfall. And then here's this more just piles of the roof, and it looks like someone dragged this material. It's shingles, it's tar roofing, it's different pieces of metal. It looks like someone just dragged it all and put it here in the center, but that doesn't really seem to be the case. It looks untouched, and what we're not seeing, because it's just too far away, is that even some of this material flew into the properties next door, into those parking lots, and so it's just very scattered. A long cleanup day for this strip mall, unfortunately. And like we mentioned, the roof partially gone, some of the stores soaked with rain on the inside. So hopefully they have, some help to get them all cleaned up, because what we see in front of some of these storefronts is a lot of furniture. It almost looks like storage. And then, as we've heard, again, like we mentioned, we heard earlier from a tattoo artist here at the tattoo shop, and we're going to hear from him and again in just 30 minutes. So that's just a brief look at the damage, and we'll get into some closer areas as we get later into daybreak. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you, Mark.